Good morning, good evening, good afternoon and good night to one and all. Stamp collecting is fun. Peter reporting for duty and actually this looks pretty distasteful to me. We've got a stamp licking machine here. It saves, you know what, every lick is apparently 1 calorie. So every lick of a stamp adds up to 1 calorie. So maybe that's why they have self-adhesives now. But remember the old days when you had to lick a stamp to make it stick? Well, here we've got these collectors have got their own machine to do the licking and stick them hither and thither. But of course we use hinges now. You should use hinges, really. Of course we should. So we don't stick them down anymore because it damages the stamp. Enough of that. Nothing special to show you today. So it's basically another pinch from... And I love it. I actually love it. So... another pinch from the box of arts and crafts to see what we've got. Well, I have come across this on a number of occasions. United States, it looks like birds. I don't know. Yep, airmail stamp. So we see flying things. So, you know, flying machines or flying creatures may indicate airmail. Look out for those. So have a look at yours. If there's a bird on it, is it likely to be a airmail stamp? In this stamp, it seems to be thus. So we keep that out because it's the USA. I'm collecting those in a set. The obligatory Hungary stamp. Again, I suspect this is airmail because there's an aeroplane up there flying over Cairo. Leggy Posta, so possibly yes. Interesting what you can see when you actually have a look. Another Hungary one. Dashes. I can't quite make out the cancel. Sometimes you can, sometimes you cannot. Here we have a nice character stamp. This looks German, reunification German, and it is. They tend to be big and square. They often have brief centrum on them, though this cancel doesn't have brief centrum on this one. Not quite as interesting as the old stamps, I always think. A bit bland, less Germany, almost. And here's brief centrum again. So again, a nothingness type of stamp of 55. A rose, you could say, well, yeah. But nothing specific, as you would think, for Germany. Perhaps it's to do with the European Union. Here we have Czechoslovakia, some character from the Czech Republic or the Czechoslovakia or Slovakia. I think, you know, Google Lens would tell me who that is, but I will look on another day. Here we have more stamps. Romania, Bucharesti, it looks like this is being cancelled from. Oh, if it was only a little bit further, it would be a nice keeper, that, but it's going into the big box. And here we have orange Sukabeka. This is an orange Sukabeka from South Africa. That is a beautiful stamp and a beautiful bird by the look of it. Beautiful, 1967. Suomi, Finland to you and me. And yeah, coat of arms, a classic stamp. I think this is it? I'm struggling with this one actually. So because we're Denmark it is, so it's an oldish Denmark. Yeah, got there in the end. Here we have another mess of a stamp. Absolute mess, which is Belgium. Coat of arms stamp. I love the mess of a stamp though. I do love it. It gives it character. You know, yes, mint is fantastic, but there's a lot of responsibility here. We have another, I suspect, airmail stamp because there's a plane flying over Poland. Nothing to keep, no homework today as such. Malaysia, Perak, 15 cents. And here we have a nice colourful, I believe that's a Christmas stamp. So I'm going to keep that one out. And it's a Netherlands one, so I haven't got many Netherlands or any, maybe, Netherlands Christmas stamp. So that's a good find for me. Followed up by another Netherlands. And I would suspect that this one is celebrating boats and stuff landing, and I don't know, it looks like cranes maybe working at the port. Belgium, a big old Belgium stamp celebrating the death of a monarch back in the day, 1881 or 1883, I can't quite tell. Another magazine. They always remind me of televisions, these. So you're looking through, a square, but there's some, you know what I mean. It looks like a television. Yeah, not impressed with that particularly because of the colour. India postage, that's nice. King with his, well, it's actually the emperor there, with his half Anna and his crown. So that stays out. Helvetia. Now there is a heroic figure. Look at that, beard and all. Canada. The old King George VI. 2 cents, that's a keeper. Not sure I've got one of those. It may fit into my Canada collection of royalty. Pakistan, 1 paisa. Not doing anything with that at the minute. Another biggie. State of Kuwait. I mean, the state of it. Look at that beauty there. We struggle for liberation and restoration. I wonder if that's after the first Iraq War. What year would that be? Peace, Palestine. Oh, it's actually for the liberation of Palestine, would you believe? How about that? We struggle for the liberation of Palestine and restoration of peace. Wow. Now that's a propaganda piece, isn't it? That is interesting. Okie dokie, what have we got here? Republic of Indonesia. And we've got more Belgian. Pick up. King of the Belgians. Here's an airmail. I may have to do an airmail collection. This is USA. So this will go my USA section. That's nice. Nice and messy. Nice and bumpy. Some people say, oh, I'm not interested in, if it's not mint, it's gone. Or if it's an uber mess, definitely gone. I'm not like that. I do like a bit of character. What is it? I don't know, but those two were pretty Eastern European to me. Here we have, whoa, I can't even find a country on it. So that will go anyway. Kenya. Is it Kenya or Kenya? No, Uhuru. So 1960 something, 63 is that? So that's, well, I would say independence stamp. I won't keep it out because I've got an album full of Kenya. Europa Italian, another of those television type, not quite though with the orange. It destroys my theory of looking like a television when it's in orange. Magyar Poster, another Hungarian ones. So you can see that there's a lot that I am not dealing with, which would make a magnificent collection, because I seem to be saying Hungary all the time. US Airmail, Trans-Pacific Airmail, 1935. This is probably a, I don't know, it's not from 35, it's probably a 50th anniversary or something like that. But it stays out, it's a nice stamp. Hungary. What is this? Swiss. This is a strange one. It's an interesting one, that. I bet there's some story behind that. Only known in Hungary. Not known anywhere else. Minterling, which is Germany. Another German, I believe. Red plant. India, that's have I got that? I may have it or I may not. But it's been kept. España, I haven't got that, so that's a nice find today. How am I doing for time? I've got a couple more minutes maybe. Romana. Can I pick up? I'm just going to chuck a couple. Well, there's a Bundespost here which needs to be kept out because I've got an envelope for those from one of my early collections. Come on, turnover. What have we got? US Airmail again. That one I think we've seen. So that's a double. You know, by that I mean a second one of those that I've got. Republic of Österreich. Something that's of interesting. Pakistan service. Pakistan service. Tempted to investigate what the actual service means, but I will maybe do that on another. Oh, here's one I have. That is a rare for me. So it is worth keeping this one out. This is a Chinquecuente Guatemala stamp. I haven't got many Guatemalans. I've got a few, but not. I've got about 2 or 3. But Guatemala does appear on pages on a page with other countries, I should say, around that area. So whether I've got room for it or not, I don't know. But that's a nice keeper. One more, which is I'm going to just pick up now. India, so I'll keep that one out. These go back in the arts and crafts because we can't look at them today because 12 minutes have gone. These go in the big box. And these, so, you know, after a slow start, I've managed to get a couple of beauties, a couple of things that I haven't got. Plus, one for the album. I'd say one for the album. But mostly for my USA, Spain collection, India collection. So that's quite a nice little pinch today. I hope you're going to have a fantastic day. Not quite sure about this cartoon. I think it's a bit yucky. But I was struggling a bit for inspiration. I've just come back off the bus and my sinuses are shocking today. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye for now.